Annex 1 focuses on prevention of pollution during all oil transfer procedures. Oil transfers are carried out in the machinery spaces of all ships and in the cargo spaces of tankers. In general, ships over 400 GRT are permitted to discharge machinery space bilges into the sea, provided the ship is moving on passage. That is, she is en route. This discharge of water is through an oily water separator, which has a discharge monitoring and control system. The oil in the bilge overboard discharge does not amount to more than 15 parts per million. For discharge of oily water from oily spaces of oil tankers, or 10,000 GRT, the Annex stipulates that the tanker is more than 50 nautical miles from the nearest land. The tanker is proceeding en route. The instantaneous rate of discharge of oil content does not exceed 30 liters per nautical mile. The ship is not within a special area that includes the Mediterranean Sea, the Baltic Sea, the Black Sea, Red Sea, the North Sea, the Gulf of Aden, the Persian Gulf, the Antarctic area, the Oman area of the Arabian Sea, and the southern South African area. Annex 2 concentrates on the cargo tanks of specialized carriers. Unlike oil, noxious chemical compounds are not typically generated in the daily operation of a vessel. More often than not, pollution from chemicals at sea comes from the ship's cargo rather than from technical subsystems of the vessel. Chemicals from the cargo tanks of specialized carriers, however, do make their way into the sea through catastrophic hull failures and accidents, through loading and unloading of cargo and ore, and through cargo tank washing. Annex 2 sets specific discharge requirements for tank wash water. Unless these criteria are met, this water must be retained on board and discharged into an appropriate waste reception facility. Special areas where discharge of noxious liquids is not permitted are the Antarctic area, and no discharges are allowed in this area. Annex 3 concerns the identification, labeling, and safe stowage of harmful substances on board in a packaged form. Harmful substances are those substances which are identified as marine pollutants in the International Maritime Dangerous Goods Code, IMDG code. It relates to cargo carried by ships and therefore does not concern ship stores. Compliance with Annex 3 requirements generally falls on the shipper. This annex also calls for the ship to keep a detailed manifest of dangerous and/or harmful packaged cargoes on board.
Hello everyone, I am Michipuman Karantudani KPS MT2 Alpha. Today, we're gonna tackle what is the purpose of Annex 4. Its purpose is to set strict guidelines and standards, the treatment, discharge, and the control of sewage. The Annex 4 is to minimize the adverse impact of sewage on the maritime environment, particularly in sensitive regions, by regulating its disposal.
Treat or untreat liquid waste that is discharged into a water body. Ang sinasabi dito guys ay na ang ginagamot na likido o hindi ginagamot na likidong basura na itinatapon natin sa karagatan sa isang tubig sewers, yun na tinatapon natin ay nakaka-apekto sa ating marine environment. A network of pipes, pumps, ginagamitan din nila to ng a network of pipes, pumps, and treatment facilities designed to transport sewage from the source to treatment facilities. Ang sinasabi naman dito guys ay ginagamitan daw nila ng mga kanal o tubo na ginagamit para doon dumaan yung mga basura, likido na napupunta sa dagat. Yan lang. Salamat.
Good day everyone. I am Ishik Manmanea from BS102 Alpha. Before moving forward in deepening our knowledge about Regulation 11, we have to be aware of our two regulations. So let's begin with the who are affected by the law. Kaya na ba sila effective? Regulation 2. Application. The provision of this annex shall apply to the following ship engaged in international voyages. 1.1. New ship of 400 gross tonnage and above, meaning the larger vessels who can manage their own waste due to their size and modern waste facilities. 1.2. New ship of less than 400 gross tonnage which are certified to carry more than 15 persons and small passenger were the target of this provision to protect marine life, especially the areas such as coastal regions and tourist destinations. 1.3. Existing the ship of 400 gross tonnage and above 5 years after the date of entry into force of this annex. And 1.4. Existing the ship less than 400 gross tonnage which are certified to carry more than 15 persons 5 years after the date of entry into force of this annex. Upgrading the ship's sewage management system that has been on voyage before the regulations came into force allows them to meet the new standards and to lessen potential pollution impact. Number 2. The administration shall ensure that existing ship, according to subparagraph 1.3 and 1.4 of this regulation, the keels of which are laid or which one of similar stage of construction before 2 October 1983 shall be equipped by as practicable to discharge sewage in accordance with the requirements of Regulations 11 Annex. Acknowledging the practical limitations while providing appropriate sewage system, lalo na sa order vehicles, is what meant by being practicable. For the second regulations, if we have those who must oblige with the law, of course, we also have some expectations. Regulation 3. Exemptions. Regulation 11 of this annex shall not apply to 1.1 discharge of sewage from ship necessary to purpose of securing the safety of a ship and those on board or saving life at sea. Or if left at sea, stake or about the safety, no rule is applicable kung kinakailangan bawasan ng naman. Discharge the sewage to prevent rather damage, as safety is always the priority. 1.2. The discharge of sewage resulting from a damage to a ship or its equipment, if all reasonable precautions have been taken before and after the occurrence of the damage, for the purpose of preventing or minimizing the discharge, whether it is a natural or accidental discharging of sewage, and the crew took the possible precautions, they would be held liable for pollution as it's unforeseen accident.
Equipment and control of sewage discharge. Annex 4 entered into force September 27, 2003. Annex 4 of MARPOL, which is regulation for the prevention of pollution by sewage from ships. We're discussing about the hazards of sewage. To reach all ships, that Annex 4 applies to sewage discharge criteria and arrangement and equipment on board. To discharge sewage, special areas as per Annex 4. What is sewage? Wastewater generated on board is characterized into two types. First, gray water, which includes drainage of cabin showers, wash basins, AC condensate, gully, and laundry drainage. And the second type is black water. Black water consists of drainage from toilets and urinal waste. It's located drainage from cargo hold of living animals. That regulations of Annex 4 are applicable into black water. The discharge of raw sewage into the sea can create a health hazard, as it contains concentration of nitrate, phosphate, and organic matter. Sewage can lead to oxygen depletion, making it difficult for the aquatic environment. Can be an obvious visual pollution in coastal areas, which can create a major problem for countries with tourist industries. Annex 4 applies to all ships which are 400 GRT and above engaged in international voyage. Less than 400 GRT certified to carry more than 15 persons. Sewage treatment plant. Sewage treatment plant is used to treat sewage on board ships inside the STP. The sewage is passed through various filters. Criteria for discharge of sewage. Discharge of sewage is based upon how far the vessel is from the nearest land. When the vessel is within 3 nautical miles of the nearest land, discharge of sewage is only allowed when it is properly treated through an approved 3 to 12 nautical miles from the nearest land. When the vessel is within 3 to 12 nautical miles from the nearest land, discharge of sewage is accepted when it is treated through an approved more than 12 nautical miles from the nearest land. When the vessel is more than 12 nautical miles from nearest land, it is allowed to discharge untreated sewage into the sea, provided that the vessel is en route and proceeding at a speed of 4 knots or above.
This is Annex 4, Sewage Treatment Plant. Sewage treatment plants, also known as mobile water treatment plants, have played a significant role in ensuring clean water supply in various parts of the world, especially in areas where traditional sewage treatment infrastructure is unavailable or inadequate. These ships are essentially floating treatment plants that can be deployed to remote or disaster-stricken location to provide essential sewage treatment services. Ang mga barko ng sewage treatment plant na kilala rin bilang mga mobile water treatment plant ay may malaking papel sa pagtiyak ng malinis na supply ng tubig sa iba't ibang bahagi ng mundo, lalo na sa mga lugar kung saan ang tradisyonal na infrastruktura ng paggamot sa dumi ay hindi magagamit o hindi sapat. Ang mga barkong ito ay mahalagang mga lumulutang na planta ng paggamot na maaring i-deploy sa mga malalayong lugar o nasalanta ng sakuna upang magbigay ng mahalagang serbisyo sa paggamot ng dumi sa Alcantarilla. Ang mga barkong ng sewage plant treatment ay may mahalagang papel sa pagbibigay ng mahalagang serbisyo sa paggamot ng dumi sa Alcantarilla sa mga malalayong lugar at apektado ng kalamidad. Bagamat may parehong positibo at negatibong aspeto na nauugnay sa mga barkong ito, ang patuloy na pagsulong sa teknolohiya at pananaliksik ay patuloy na magpapahusay sa kanilang pagiging epektibo at pagpapanatili sa pamamagitan ng pagsaalang-alang sa makasaysayang konteksto. Ang konsepto ng sewage treatment plant ship ay nagsimula noong huling bahagi ng ika-20 siglo ng ang kamalayan sa kapaligiran at mga alalahanin tungkol sa polusyon sa tubig ay nagsimulang tumaas. Habang ang mas maraming bansa ay nagsimulang mag-urbanize, ang pangangailangan para sa epektibong sistema ng paggagamot sa dumi sa alkantarilya ay naging mahalaga. Gayunpaman, maraming umuunlad na bansa ang kulang sa kinakailangang infrastruktura upang mabisang gamutin ang dumi sa alkantarilya na humahantong sa malawakang kontaminasyon sa tubig at mga panganib sa kalusugan sa pamamagitan ng pagsaalang-alang sa makasaysayang konteksto ng mga pangunahing figura, epekto, may impluwensyang mga individual, pananaw at mga pag-unlad sa hinaharap na may kaugnayan sa mga barko ng sewage treatment plants. Mas maunawaan natin ang kanilang kahalagahan sa pagtugon sa mga hamon sa polusyon sa tubig sa buong mundo. And that's all for Annex 4 Sewage Plant. I'm Midshipman Riquelias Jerwin B.
Good day everyone, my name is Carl Joseph B. Gorambalen. I discuss about MARPOL Annex 4 reception facilities for sewage. MARPOL Annex 4 is established by International Maritime Organization, is a critical component of international maritime law aimed at preventing pollution from ships. Specifically, it addresses the discharge of sewage in the maritime environment, recognizing the potential harm that untreated sewage can cause to maritime ecosystem and human health. One of the key elements of the annex is the requirements for adequate reception facilities for sewage at port and terminals. Importance of reception facilities. The provision of reception facilities is essential for ensuring that ships can dispose of sewage safely and efficiently. These facilities are designed to receive waste from vessel, preventing the discharge of untreated sewage in the ocean. This is particularly important in coastal areas and regions with a high maritime biodiversity, where pollution can have discharging effect on the maritime life. Regulatory framework. Under MARPOL Annex 4, government are mandated to ensure the port and terminal provided adequate reception facilities. These facilities must be capable of handling the sewage generated by ship, which can vary significantly depending on the size and type of vessel. This regulation also stipulate that these facilities should be assembled and operational, minimize delay for ship in need of disposal service. Reporting requirements. To maintain the effectiveness of this regulation, MARPOL Annex 4 include specific reporting requirement. Ship must report any inadequacies in reception facilities to port authorities upon arrival. This ensures the issues can be addressed promptly, preventing potential environment harm. Additionally, vessels are required to keep daily record of their sewage disposal activities, including the use of reception facilities. This documentation is vital of component check and audit by port state control authorities. Special areas. MARPOL Annex 4 designed certain region as specific area where stricter control apply due to their ecological sensitivity. In this area, the regulation on sewage discharge are even more stringent, and the availability on reception facilities is crucial for compliance. This operation in this region must adhere to higher standard to protect vulnerable ecosystem. MARPOL Annex 4 play a vital role in safeguarding the maritime environment from sewage pollution. The requirements for adequate reception facilities at port and terminal is a key component of this effort, ensuring that ships can dispose on their waste responsibility by implementing effective reporting mechanism and monitoring compliance. The international community can work together to protect our ocean for future generations. This success of this regulation ultimately depend on the commitment of government, port authorities, and the shipping industry to prioritize environmental protection and sustainability practices. Okay guys, thank you, and that's all for MARPOL Annex 4 reception facilities sewage. Thank you guys.
Annex 4 regulates the discharge of sewage to sea. Sewage includes human, animal, and/or medical wastes, also called blackwater. International and local requirements regulate the discharge of sewage into sea.